It's Friday.
It
Yes,
is
sir.
okay.
That time of the week.
Absolutely.
I'm excited.
Back in business.
Got the old notebook
Yeah, you,
filled back
you did
out.
better than me this week. I've been a little busy today.
I got the old power rankings in here too.
Yup.
That everybody got mad at because it was posted on like a Tuesday.
Yeah.
And our show's on a
Yeah,
Friday.
God forbid
So
that we
people,
have anything up to date.
man. But World Series time
Right.
in the MLB
Just
world.
We missed a lot, low key. I mean, we were out last week. A lot of stuff has happened since then.
I know, and my World Series pick got eliminated in a Game 7, by the way.
No, I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna make me sound like such a casual. But I didn't know Philly was in the World Series last year.
You know,
I had no
wow.
idea.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I'm almost positive it was Philly. I think I saw something about it the other day. But yeah, I mean, that just goes to show how much I keep up with baseball.
Yeah. See, our expertise stays in NBA and NFL for a reason.
MLB just kind of piqued my interest a little bit this year.
Oh, that's kind of cool. What's going on over there?
They got some cool stuff going on. But like you said,
Rangers are heavily favored tonight too.
it's the Rangers and the Astros, correct? Diamondbacks.
Diamondbacks.
The Rangers beat
Arizona.
the Astros. That's what it was.
I
get Arizona and Houston mixed up. I don't know why.
Now the Rangers coming in at favorites for Game 1, and Adolis Garcia has had a home run in 4 straight in the postseason and 2 in Game 7.
I will say, being an avid sports bettor, I have seen that Adolis has been snapping as of late. He kind of put the squad on his back.
Speaking of sports betting, if you want to make a quick buck, might as well go ahead and throw a piece in for a Garcia home run tonight. Keep the streak alive. The record is 6. He is at 4.
6 in a whole playoffs?
He's got it. Yeah, 6 straight in playoffs. He is at 4 straight.
You think he makes it 5 tonight?
Oh yeah. Well, he's facing a pitcher in Gowan that is in the bottom 5% in hard hit rate. So if he ends up throwing one anywhere in the zone,
he's going to knock it out the park.
He's going yard. We got your man Simeon. I've only been following him since the first bet you sent me the hit.
Simeon?
I have him for 2 hits tonight. Yes,
2
sir.
Hits. So you think they're going to come out and rout these boys tonight, huh?
Absolutely, actually, because I have an over of 8 runs total for tonight's game. It should be this team, the Rangers alone, are averaging 5 runs a game.
Now don't sleep on my boy Corbin Carroll over there in Arizona now.
See, I do have a lean for him to get a stolen base tonight because they did lead the league. Well, they were second in the league during
I'm pretty
the regular
sure
season
he
for stolen
was
bases.
Independently the second most stolen bases behind Ellie De La Cruz this season, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, I'm pretty sure he was second in the league. I have Nathan Eovaldi for 5+ alt strikeouts.
Eovaldi's had a decent playoff run.
Again, the lean for Carroll to get a stolen base tonight because they're trying to make an impact. It's Game 1, baby.
That is facts. Corbin Carroll's a monster, man. That Diamondbacks team is low-key nice. I mean,
I could see them getting a couple games, but the Rangers, unless they do a complete flip-flop with how they've been playing, should take this series.
How many games you think it takes them? You think
5.
they win 5? You think Arizona gets 1 game?
I'll give them the 1 game.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Man, you sleeping on them boys over there.
I hate to do it to them.
In AZ.
I hate to do it to them, but I feel like they're going to have the confidence for a game or two. They might get game 2 or 3, but then they're going to get real low when they realize these Rangers don't give up. I'm have 8 runs
So
a
I
night.
respect your opinion, but I think them boys in AZ put up a fight in this series, man. They're here for a reason. I mean, this is the World Series. This ain't just a regular season game, man.
That is facts. They didn't get here
Exactly.
just because.
I think they'll come out and make a little statement. But I do think I have the Rangers tonight, unfortunately. Adolis goes yard for sure.
Yep, game 1.
He's got it. That'll be interesting to keep our eye on, though. Our first World Series that we've ever actually paid attention to.
Yeah, in a minute now. Since we're trying to get, Cincy back there.
I don't know. Right track, I guess.
Shall we flip-flop now to our NFL slate? Recap with Thursday Night Football since it was just last night.
Last week, man, a lot has happened. A lot of NFL stuff. The NBA is finally back underway as of a few nights ago.
Yes, sir.
It's
the real stuff.
Nice to see us right in the swing of NBA and NFL action.
I love it, especially as a better, like you said, an avid sports
it's
better.
A blessing and a curse. I bet more, so I usually lose more, but you have more of an opportunity to win.
Bet more, so then you have a chance of winning.
It's a love-hate relationship.
Josh Allen finally had the game you've been looking for this season. 31 for 40.
Yeah, he had a heck of a game last night. He
324 yards and 2 tutties.
And he had a rushing touchdown. Don't forget about that. So 3 touchdowns total.
A random interception that was just a tip that has actually we've seen a lot this season for whatever reason.
As a Saints fan, it's nice to see Josh Allen tear up Tampa Bay, man. Keep them boys, competable.
Down at the bottom of the division.
Yeah, keep us within reach, I guess, is a way to put it. But it was a good game.
Derek Carr over here yelling at his receivers.
Listen, I was excited about Derek Carr. I don't know how excited I am anymore. The offense has been stale. We don't move the ball at a very high rate. I mean, our offense
We're starting to look like the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, but you guys are sitting at 4-2. We're currently sitting at 3-4, so we're not doing. I mean, we have a worse record than Matt Canada. If that tells you anything.
Yeah, that's gotta hurt.
We've seen in the latter parts of the third and fourth quarter in that last Thursday night game against Jacksonville that we could be a top offense in the NFL if we play up to our potential. I mean, we moved the ball down the field with ease in the second half of that game, but it was just a little too late.
I was about to say it randomly took you until the second half to look like a primetime team, but then you guys put it together and just came up short.
Which is a little promising, I guess. I mean, I'm excited to see if they come back out Sunday with the same energy. I'm hoping. I think Derek Carr is finally starting to heal up from that AC sprain. So I'm hoping to see something out of us this week.
He's definitely got some vengeance he's looking for, and he was nursing that joint the last game hard. As much as you could knock on Derek Carr, he was playing with a lot of pain that game and stayed in.
That, but at that point, just let Taysom play quarterback, man. I have a lot of faith. Hey, listen, all I'm saying is Taysom Hill as a starting quarterback in 2022 was 5-0.
Put Jameis Winston back there. Just put Taysom at tight end or running back.
I don't want to see Jameis take another snap as a New Orleans Saint. That boy is horrendous. He is terrible.
I'm trying to eat W's.
Jameis Winston is the sole reason that we blew a 17-point lead to the Green Bay Packers and came in last week on one play and threw a pick on his very first play of the game. Like, I don't get it. Jameis just enjoys throwing picks. He loves it.
He just loves getting the ball to people that are eager to catch, and unfortunately it's not your receivers, it's the other team.
Yeah, that's what he's always done best. Threw for 5,000 yards and threw 30-some picks in the same season. How do you do that?
30 touchdowns and 30 picks. There was 20 touchdowns, 20
No,
picks, and he did it right.
I had faith in him after he had his LASIK eye surgery, but it wasn't much of a difference, I guess.
The Buccaneers not put up more than a fight than I kind of expected, but at the same time,
The Bucs have been decent.
kind of what you expect.
Mike Evans let me down. Mike Evans is the sole reason I blew both of my parlays last night.
He got in the end
Yeah, and
zone. What'd you have him for?
over
60?
50, over whatever his receiving yards were. He had 39.
Yeah. Yeah, I was about to say 3 catches for 39 yards. Chris Godwin went off.
I had
4 yards.
I had Chris Godwin for over 53 and a half, and he hit 54. So,
hey,
but Mike Evans blew that parlay for me with his.
Gabe Davis was surprising because most of the season he's been nowhere to be found, and then finally he came.
That's false. I wouldn't say that.
I feel like so far this season he's been nowhere,
Davis, the first
suddenly
4
he came
games
back.
of the season, was the best receiver on the team. I don't care. No, outside of that 3 touchdown game from Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis was the guy that Josh Allen looked to. I think he had a touchdown in the first 4 games of the season straight. Like, he was a machine the first couple games. And then he had a dud week last week. I think he caught like 1 ball and then came back out this week balling out.
9 catches, 87 yards, and a touchdown.
Gabe Davis has always been a reliable guy for Josh Allen. And I think it took him a little while to get Diggs involved last night, which was kind of questionable because I think Stephon Diggs is still by far the best player on that team. But I think he still ended with a decent game, just didn't get in the end zone. He had like 70 yards and like 9 catches or something.
Kincaid starting to come into his own last night.
Well, I think Kincaid they've been kind of sitting on a gold mine with that kid. I mean, obviously you have Dawson Knox, but I think Kincaid could be like another Sam Laporta out of this draft class. Like I think the tight ends were amazing in this year's class. Like even Michael Mayer starting to come into his own in Las Vegas. Darnell Washington.
One of the announcers before the game literally said that we were about to see a breakout with Kincaid with Dawson Knox being injured, and I mean, we saw
I had him for 4+ receptions last night, and he hit. So
5 catches, 65 yards, and got in the end zone. Looked like Laporta.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. The tight ends in this class are impressing me a lot. I will say that.
Baker Mayfield was a little
like Baker.
Inconsistent, but he had 237 yards, But they were also very pass heavy.
And also didn't target Mike Evans until the 4th quarter, but it is what it is.
Yeah, yes, exactly, yeah. Rachaad White was very inconsistent. He finally got some gaps, and when he did, my God, he took off. But
the Bucs have been the absolute worst running team in the league this year. No questions asked. The Bucs' run game has been horrendous. I think Rachaad White's best game was like 70 yards, and that was like week 3, I think. Outside of that, he's been under 40 every single game.
Yeah, poor guy needs a new scenery.
Yeah. Or he just needs a new offensive coordinator, but to each their own, I guess.
Well, so does the whole Pittsburgh team, but to each their own, I guess.
Still doing better than us. And Pete Carmichael. I hope he – never mind. I can't say that on live. I'm going to be careful with my words here. But outside of Bills Bucks, there's been a lot of action in the NFL. I think last time we were live, we still had 2 5-0 teams. That is no longer a thing.
Yeah.
The San Francisco 49ers have dropped their last 2 games to very questionable teams. Minnesota and why am I blanking? Who beat them the first time? The Jets. Jets beat the Eagles.
No, the 49ers, the Browns.
Yeah, and the Jets ruined the Eagles 0 on their record. That's what it was. So, yeah, both of them teams have officially taken their first L's.
And Brock Purdy is again listed questionable in concussion protocol for the next game against the Bengals.
Yeah, I seen he has a chance to play. They said it's just going to be rough getting him through the whole process of the concussion protocol. But he has a chance if he can kick it into gear.
It'll be last minute as long as he's seeing straight.
At this point, just let Sam go back there, man.
We have 9 1 p.m. games for the Week 8 slate.
That might be the most on the season.
So that'll be exciting.
Yeah, I think we only had like 6 last week.
We're unfortunately missing our Saints-Colts game this week.
I don't want to talk about it.
We should be at.
Move on.
We have the Jets at New York and the Giants, so they're almost both.
The battle of the Big Apple,
really,
baby.
Yeah. No home field advantage in that one. As we still await to see if Aaron Rodgers can make a once-in-a-lifetime return.
It's wild to me, the kind of medical equipment and staff and the ability of the medical people, not just in New York, but like all over the league this year, man. It's just, there's been a lot of injuries, but I mean, to see a 40-year-old quarterback tear his Achilles in the third play of the game and, have a chance of coming back midway through the season is wild. Like, nobody thought he would play another snap of football in his life.
I didn't hesitate. I thought I was making the perfect prediction to be like, oh, he's done.
Yeah.
He's retiring. He's 40. About to be 41.
Man has worked.
Just had the hardest injury in sports, and he's like, see you
Bro's
in a couple
walking
weeks.
In 5-6 weeks post-surgery.
The ball, and everybody analyzed this video, and he's putting pressure on his leg each throw he was making. This wasn't just some hesitant. No, every pass he was putting pressure on this Achilles.
I think it has a lot to do with the kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like the kind of potential that the Jets have. And I think Aaron sees that, man. I've never seen Rodgers this motivated to want to play ball.
Have you ever seen a team like this around Aaron Rodgers?
I think that's what he's so excited
This is almost like LeBron, but only if he was stuck in Cleveland with Big Zagauskas as his number 2 for his whole career.
It's wild, bro. I don't know. If Aaron Rodgers comes back, I think the Jets can very easily still make a Super Bowl run. I mean, they've been decent. They haven't been good without him. Zach Wilson.
Well, I have a $2 bet that's supposed to be like for $900 that had the Jets winning their division. So if Aaron could create some magic, I'll send him a little portion of that 900. Because my God,
who else is in that division? It's
not like he needs it.
New England. Are they in the New England division? New England,
Bills,
Miami,
Patriots,
Dolphins, Buffalo, and Miami are.
So it's gonna be tough.
Yikes!
It's definitely
Miami
gonna be tough.
looks good.
Then we have the Jags, the Steelers after the big A-Rod, Daniel Jones will be out of that
Tyrod Taylor,
by the way. The Jaguars at Steelers, as the Steelers look to improve on their 4-2 record, it looks to be a miracle at this point. But we're here.
Mike Tomlin's that guy. What else can you say?
Like, if we pull it off against the Jags, I'll be a lot more.
Yeah,
look, I had a lot of faith in this team. I had a lot of faith in this team, regardless, obviously, my bias being a Steelers fan. But then reality starts to set in when we're third and out the first 2 games, and we can't score. But all these miracles later, we're 4-2. So if we can pull it off against the Jags,
good luck. We did it.
We'll be at home, so we'll see. You guys were at home too, and it didn't work out too well. So.
10 more.
You kept bringing it up. So. Then we have the once undefeated Eagles going against the Commanders, which should be an easy redemption game.
They just beat the best offense in the league last week, so.
Yeah, so easy little pickup game. Rams of the Cowboys.
I don't know, man. The Rams haven't been as bad as I expected them to be. They've surprised a lot of people.
They're almost like the Vikings last year in the fact that they kept winning the 50-50 games. I mean, now this year the Vikings keep losing a lot of 50-50 games.
Listen,
besides last week.
Puka Nacua might win Rookie of the Year. That's a bold take, But my
If he stays on
God, bro,
course,
he's on pace to destroy Michael Thomas's record, bro. Like destroy it.
he's looking
He
good,
had
especially when Cooper
he
Kupp
had
was out.
Cooper Kupp was back last week, had 2 catches for 29 yards. I think Puka went for like 7 or 8 catches, 150 yards and a touchdown or something, bro. Like what is he doing?
Yeah, and I was the one that's like, Puka's gonna
No, bro,
fall
he has
off.
gotten
Cooper's that
better since
guy.
Cooper got back, bro. That offense is literally Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua.
He took that personally. He got offended for sure.
He's nice.
Man went straight to the gym.
He's so nice.
Vikings at Packers.
It's a lame game.
This is a game of the
Yeah,
mid.
I don't even know.
I wouldn't spend any of my money. I could win the lottery and still wouldn't spend a penny on that game.
I would never bet on the Vikings unless it's Jordan Addison.
Quick, I know we're now going back 8 games, but quick throwback to the Jets. I did see that Dalvin Cook and his agent are again seeking another trade.
Yeah, I saw an interview earlier today. The reporters were asking him how he feels about his play time, and he was like, "It's frustrating, man. Obviously,
not happy. Yeah, finally admitted that
I wouldn't
not
be
happy.
either. Bro's had 12 carries all year.
So he thought he was going to be that guy, and I was scared that he was going to take a lot from Breece Hall, and now he's barely seeing the field.
Their running game barely sees the field. Breece Hall will break off an 80-yard run every once in a while, but that's where all their yards come from.
Then we got the headache of Bijan Robinson versus the Will Levis-led
Did you see
Titans.
they're investigating Atlanta for not reporting Bijan's injury last week?
Yes, I don't get it. I had money for his 25 yards, and he had 2 touches.
And almost everybody started him in fantasy football. So
yeah,
I
have him in like 3 leagues. So yeah, I'm right there with everybody. You have him in one of the leagues.
I have him in a couple leagues. Frustrating. I almost benched him this week. Still thinking about it. It's not too late.
He's gonna get another headache.
Annoying.
I don't get it. We've never seen something like that.
Didn't report anything. Didn't say nothing. Just didn't play him. Like, that's against league policy. What's next up on our slate?
After the headache game, we got the Patriots and Dolphins rematch.
Listen, I'm going to say this. I love the Dolphins, bro, but I could very well see a New England upset in this game. And I think it has a lot to do with how these division rivals play against each other. I mean, obviously, you're like, oh, New England versus Miami, like this is going to be a blowout. Miami's going to drop 60 on them. But I feel like teams, when they play in these division rivalries and, there's so much more at stake, I think players just play at a whole different level than you would against somebody in the total, opposite conference. It would feel better for New England.
That's like a high school game. If you're going up against somebody here close, you got beat.
That's what I'm saying. New England beating Miami would mean more to them than them beating, the Atlanta Falcons or something like.
Well, if their quarterback wasn't Mac Jones, they'd have a lot
more.
He
looked decent last week. I'm not gonna say he looked good, but he looked decent last week. They did win that game last week over.
Because if the words were to come out of your mouth that Mac Jones looked good, at this point, it'd just be the Jon Show.
It's a bold take. Because I think I can rewind this this live here, and the first couple seconds of the video. I think you said something about it. It's not the Travis and Jon Show without Travis.
It wouldn't be that's Travis.
Yeah, so it's kind of.
Well, we're just gonna change our whole slogan to Mac Jones is good. Forget
I didn't say all that.
Mac Jones.
Then it will be the Jon Show if you're gonna advertise like that. I don't want nothing to do with it. We all know Mac. I mean, Bill Belichick's on the verge of losing his job because he won't bench Mac Jones.
Exactly. Where's my boy Bailey?
When has Bill ever been on the hot seat? Or Malik Cunningham?
The minute that Tom Brady wasn't his quarterback.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Then again, our Saints-Colts game that we should be at.
Talk about it, move on.
Next, Texans
CJ
Panthers.
Stroud versus
Another
Bryce Young.
division game.
The number 1
Yes.
versus the number 2 pick.
What's funny is just how me and you were like, oh yeah, I was hard on Bryce Young, and you're like, CJ Stroud, and we just joked about it. Now Bryce Young looks absolutely horrendous because he has
I've
no
been
help.
trying.
And CJ
And
Stroud is
what
a
help
dog.
does CJ Stroud have? I mean, I'd rather have Adam Thielen and Miles Sanders than Tank Dell and Nico Collins. Like, what help does CJ have?
Point
I've been
made.
telling you.
Slightly better
I've been
O-line.
telling you since the beginning of the 2022 college football season that CJ Stroud was the best quarterback in this draft class.
Oh, absolutely.
And he will continue to be. CJ Stroud is amazing. I will say it time and time again. I mean, you see the TikTok clip. CJ Stroud is elite.
I was about to say, it's pinned on top of our page.
Man.
CJ Stroud
I've
is
been
elite.
saying this.
Bryce Young is
I've
mid. CJ Stroud
been
is
saying
elite.
this. I love CJ, bro.
Then we have another game of the mid and Browns and Seahawks. PJ Walker again starting quarterback because regardless of every medical professional in the world clearing Deshaun Watson, he refuses to play.
Surprise, surprise. Dude got his bag and doesn't care no more. That's why you don't fully guarantee anybody a contract. How are you going to fully guarantee that?
Even, I mean, before re-aggravating this injury, he was cleared multiple times and was like, nah, I'm not good. And then finally comes back on his own merit, re-aggravates it, and he's like, nah, I'm not good. And the doctor's like, oh, I'm pretty sure you're getting, nah.
Because
I'm
he doesn't care to
bub.
play, bro. He doesn't have to play. He literally has his money guaranteed to him. He doesn't care.
And then we got the game of Bengals at 49ers.
Should be a good game if Brock Purdy plays.
I was about to say Brock Purdy on the hot seat in concussion protocol.
Debo out another week with his injury.
Yeah. Chiefs and Broncos, divisional matchup.
When I tell you Travis Kelce's going for 250 receiving yards, he's going for 250 receiving yards.
So you want me to go ahead and get into FanDuel for next week?
Can't even go that high.
Get
I think the highest you can go is like 160 or something.
He's hitting it, though.
You, bro. He went for 190 last week. That's what I'm saying.
Then we have Ravens and Cardinals.
Hey, listen, hear me out, bro. Lamar Jackson is the MVP.
Whoa, that's a big flop from your CMC
Listen,
pick
I love
a couple weeks back.
CMC. I think it's going to be a lot more difficult for a running back to win MVP, obviously, than it is a quarterback, if we're being realistic here. I think CMC is absolutely the most valuable player in football for his team. Without CMC, the 49ers would be nowhere near as good as they are. But Lamar Jackson this season is on another level, bro. Last week, he looked like the best quarterback in all of football. I don't care what nobody says.
What was it? He ran it in and then threw it for three
more?
He threw
for 3 touchdowns, like 360 passing yards. He threw like, I think it was like 24 for 28 or 27, something like that, bro. Like, and got pulled at like the beginning of the fourth quarter, if that tells you anything. Like, they absolutely routed Detroit, bro. Like, it was bad.
Yeah, busted a lot of people apart. Parlays
including mine. I had Detroit winning that game for sure. But Lamar looked tremendous.
Yeah. Then we have the Bears at Chargers, and unless Justin Fields
Tyson Bagent, baby, come on,
by lightning. Man. Oh yeah, forgot the
Tyson Bagent. Hey, he got his first career win and his first career start. And
he brought what like 50 friends and family in his first game.
They didn't just barely win that game. I mean, obviously it was on the backpack of Deontay Foreman, but they still won the game.
Hey, I did tell my dad. They mentioned Justin Fields coming back. I was like, they won. They might as well start my boy at this point.
I think you let.
Don't bring Justin back.
I wouldn't say all that. Justin Fields is a better quarterback than Tyson Bagent. But if he's battling through an injury and you're already 2-6, 2-5, like you have no reason to rush him back. Like the kid is still 23 years old. Like he has a whole career ahead of him. If Tyson Bagent's playing good football, let him play. But I don't think he'll take.
And trade Justin Fields for
unless they're trading Justin Fields to the Saints, he's not going nowhere. Imagine a Justin Fields, Alvin Kamara RPO.
Hear me out.
I'm just saying.
Imagine a triple backfield of Chris Olave, Alvin Kamara, and
it could be dangerous. Taysom Hill on the other
triple
side.
Option.
Yeah, a quadruple option. I'm telling you, bro, it could be dangerous.
Hear me out.
I love Justin Fields, bro.
And then finishing out with Monday Night Football for Week 8 will be our Raiders at Lions. I think our Lions get their redemption game.
So. I sure hope so. I'm big on the Lions. I have been all year long. That game against Baltimore was rough to watch, but I don't think Dan Campbell is going to allow that to happen back to back. I think they come out and destroy Las Vegas, honestly.
That's what I'm saying. They have a vengeance game. They're at home. Monday Night Football in front of millions.
I think Dan Campbell
against some bum Raiders. They got a point to prove.
Campbell finally realized what Jahmyr Gibbs is capable of if you let that man play football.
Absolutely. Let that man get above 3 touches and he goes off.
He had a slow start last week. The first half of the game was very rough, but he came into his own in that second half, even with the big loss. I think he ended with like 100 and some all scrimmage yards and a touchdown. Like, did his thing when given the opportunity.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Every fantasy owner and sports bettor on the planet was happy to see my man finally get his chance.
I think he's projected the highest outside of CMC of all running backs this week in fantasy football. Full PPR, that is. I think he's projected like 19.2 points this week.
About time. Because for the longest, he was projected 11.
If that. Bro got
because it was maybe
Bro got 4 touches a game.
That's what he was projected, and then he'd score 4 points. And you're like, oh.
Cool.
Oh. David Montgomery have 25 points. It's like, oh.
Montgomery is –
oh.
I don't want David to come back, bro. Just let Jahmyr have full handheld over that backfield.
Absolutely.
I mean, you didn't draft the kid in the lottery for – I just said in the lottery like we're playing basketball. You didn't draft the kid in the top 14 for no reason.
When we were talking about when I said trade Justin Fields, I about said for a lottery pick, so I'm right there with you.
Listen, the top 14 is the lottery. I don't care what nobody says. Oh, but super excited that basketball is back, bro.
I was about to say, should we transition now into some NBA
I'm
talk?
so happy basketball is back. My Lakers finally caught our first dub of the season last night behind a 30-12 game from Anthony Davis. Bro, okay.
Anthony Davis finally coming into his own.
Had 17 points in the first game. This is why we lost. Listen, I will say real quick, if Anthony Davis is not the focal point of this offense, we will not win very many games this season. I mean, with the whole minutes restriction on LeBron this year, Darvin Ham saying he's not going to play no more than 28 to 30 minutes a game. In the regular season, that is. Anthony Davis has to take off, bro. I've said this for the past 3 years. When AD is healthy and playing ball, he can be the best big man in the NBA. 1,000,000%. He's a guy.
They need to make more plays around AD. I feel like they more of the time are just hoping he can get open.
I mean,
and hoping they're swinging the ball around to either Austin Reeves, who I have a lot of faith in, but if not, they're just swinging the ball around and praying for the best. AD just needs some plays.
Absolutely. I mean, we have the best paper on roster around LeBron since he joined LA, and I feel like if we can put it all together, bro, like outside of all the bias, we can win the West. Like, I really believe we have a team capable of winning the West. I mean, we took the Nuggets to 6 last year, or 5. No, it was 5. I mean, I think they beat us in 5, but still, bro, like, we made it to the conference finals with the roster we had last year. Like, come on, man.
It's looking better this year, so we'll see.
I will say real quick before we transition out of this Lakers game, did you see the picture of LeBron jumping up to block the Kevin Durant pass, bro?
I did,
my good God. That man is 40 years old and still has that kind of a vertical. Are you kidding me? This man has to spend millions of dollars on his
Photoshop.
body, bro. Photoshop my
He
Photoshop my
does.
arse, bro. Keep PG-13, but
I'm pretty sure it's come out that he spent like $1 million every offseason
it's
on his body.
insane the kind of care he has for his body at 40 years old. Like, I mean, most players you see at age 40 are playing 10 minutes a night as a role player veteran, averaging 4.5 points a game. And here we are, LeBron James, still a top 10 player in the league.
The Pacers, though, in their debut, I know you saw 143 against Washington.
Yeah.
We look complete. We look deep. That's all I'm saying.
Now, you did play Washington, so I'm taking it with a grain of salt. No, I'm not saying anything bad. You guys looked amazing. Tyrese Halliburton looked like he can finally be the leader of a championship team, and that's what they need out of him.
20 and
But
11.
I mean, if you watch that game outside of just his double-double, the kind of plays Tyrese was making, he's tremendous, bro. I love Tyrese.
Benedict Mathurin had 18 points,
They
5
finally
assists.
gave that man a
Obi
starting
Toppin
role.
went off for 11. Exactly. Got Buddy coming off as 6-man, where he belongs.
Literally.
Miles, kind of mid, but did his thing with 8 boards too. Bruce Brown proved a lot of people wrong and looked absolutely beautiful with 24 points in his Pacer debut. Nemhard, I know I got a brother that wants to hear about that. Got his little double, 12 and 10. And after, well, now we've had some more games, but after week one's, or the first couple of games, the leaders in assists, it was like second Tyrese and third Andrew Nemhard.
Who was first?
I don't remember.
Had that many assists?
I don't remember that post.
I don't know, but yeah, Pacers look good, man. It should be a good season for you guys. I mean, I feel like you have a lot to look. If you can play like that all season, you could very well be a playoff team in the East. Outside of the top 4, the East is up for grabs, man.
I hope
the
so.
East is top heavy, but after that, it's a.
That's what I've been saying a long time. Is I feel like top 3, maybe 4 teams are the heavy teams, and then after that, it's a toss-up in the East every year. And then up to injuries and depth, and I feel like this season we're really deep, having 7, 8 players score double digits. So
yeah, 140 points in the debut is crazy.
I have a little money line for tonight. $2 for $72. I got the Hornets, the Nuggets, the Celtics, the Cavs, the Bulls, and the Rockets.
I haven't even really had a chance to look at that slate tonight, I don't think. So tell me who these teams are over. Tell me the games and who you got winning.
The Hornets, the Pistons tonight. The Nuggets take on.
Oh, you didn't write this part down?
No, I'm blanking. I just had the money line right on this one. I have the late games laid out. But I know the Rockets are going up against the Spurs. Not positive on the other one.
Listen, I'm talking about Spurs, man. I want to get into that game and talk about it for a second. We don't have to write this second if you have more to say, but I want to.
No, we're good. I'll just talk about the money line.
About the debut of Victor Wembanyama. I have mixed emotions.
A lot of people are being early to say he's a bust.
Absolutely not. No, he's far from a bust. I think Victor
more of a disappointment.
And I wouldn't even say all that. I think Victor, when he was playing and actually, I guess, quote unquote, trying, looked good. What disappointed me the most was his first 4 shot attempts of the game were threes. Now, keep in mind, he hit 2 of them. He can shoot the 3. I get that. But you're the tallest player in the NBA. You're 7'5" with an
get your big
with a 8.5-foot wingspan. Like, what are you doing playing the perimeter of the game? Victor has
They also didn't have any plays focused around him
Which
at
I
the same
get, it's
time.
his first game. Taking the time to build the offense around Victor is going to be a process. I think you really need to see what his strengths are, I guess, per se. But I mean, the kid can do it all. So building an offense around him is going to be easy, and I think he's in the best coaching staff possible. A cool stat that I did see
Greg
was
Popovich.
him and Tim Duncan had exact identical Spurs rookie debut stat lines. Identical. I think it was both
Oh,
like 15 points. What was it, like 4 or 5 rebounds, and they both shot 6 for 9 from the field. That's wild to me that they ended up being the exact same stat line.
all I'm
But
saying.
keep in mind, Victor, when he came in late in the fourth quarter and helped put San Antonio back into the game against Dallas, he was that guy. When he was demanding the ball and running the offense, San Antonio competed with Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving, which is very surprising. But having a 7'4" #1 pick that only took 4 shot attempts in the first half and they were all threes needs to be fixed ASAP.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he could eat Alperen Sengun alive tonight if they really let him. I don't think there's very many.
We
I
shall
don't think there's
see.
very many big men that are gonna stop this kid, bro. And I get he's little, and I get he's not very strong, but just what he can do with the basketball makes him so terrifying. I mean, these guys, these big,
Absolutely.
7 foot, 250-pound centers aren't going to chase this guy out to the 3-point line. Like,
He's hitting fadeaways right inside of
right.
the arc like it's nothing.
And that's what makes him so dominant. He doesn't need to be big to succeed. Like strong.
I got a couple little things you might want to write down if you want to make a quick buck tonight for the late NBA games. Got a few little research picks
All
down here.
right, all right.
We got Magic at Portland tonight. Just off top, who you got in the Magic Portland game?
Orlando. And strictly because Anthony Simons isn't playing tonight.
I was about to say, regardless, Orlando is
Yeah.
the deeper team right
I love
now. It is obviously
I
early
think
in the
this could
season.
be a takeover season for Paolo Banchero, bro. I know he had somewhat of a disappointing
Absolutely.
game 1, but I think Paolo could really take the league by storm this year.
He is one of my first, well, he's technically the first player prop, but the first bet I have on here is the over for 223. I could see this being a pretty high scoring game with them both having something
I
to
want to see
prove.
something out of Scoot tonight. I will say that.
Absolutely. It'll be Scoot 100% in the driver's seat with no Fernie out there, so this should be a
Absolutely.
shootout. And then I have Paolo. Should obviously go off tonight, and they have him just for 15 already at minus 550.
Which is because
So I
of
feel like that's an easy steal
which
for a
is because of
parlay.
game 1. I think he scored like 16 points in game 1. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I want to see, I think Paolo could very well be, a 22, 23 point per game night, like per night kind of guy. But I need to see him do it.
And Portland doesn't have that interior defense or anybody to stop that swagger.
DeAndre Ayton is a little bit of a monster, but
he's kind of mid. He should be an Indy.
he didn't play
Now he's mid.
much in game 1. I think he only played like 23 minutes in game 1. So
I think I don't know why I don't have the odds on this, but I have Markelle for over 13.5 points tonight. I feel like he should feast.
Cole Anthony took a lot of the shots in the backcourt in game 1, but Markel's good. I mean, I think he was averaging like 15 a game last year.
Exactly, and then a Magic's money line for the Magic and Portland game.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the other late game, Warriors at Kings, and no Draymond for Golden State.
Hey, listen, I think this may be crazy to say, but I think they'll be better off tonight without Draymond. Jonathan Kuminga is on pace to be the most improved player in the league this year. He was averaging 25 points per game in the preseason. I think he put up 12 or 13 points per game in game 1 in like 20 minutes of play. Like, I think if they start Kuminga tonight, he could have a big game.
We shall see. I have the Kings money line. They're favored tonight. I think without Draymond, they have a point
It's
to
hard
prove.
to bet against Steph. Man.
They're
It's
going to
hard
light
to
the beam.
bet against Steph. He's that guy. I don't know.
This is something you were obviously highly favored on last season. I have Sabonis getting a double-double tonight.
Sabonis is a guaranteed double-double.
Easily put that with the – you can put that in the player prop for Kings to win, but could just put it on its own as you may too.
Hear me out. Harrison Barnes in game 1, bro. My good God. I think he hit his first, 9 or 10 shots. I think he hit, like 4 or 5 of them were threes, bro. I think he had, 30 points by the half or something like that, bro.
But will he repeat
I don't know. He is playing his former team he won a championship with, so he might have something to prove.
Look, Clay for 15 is minus 340, and he had 15 in the last game, still shooting 6 for 18. So I think 15 is an easy mark tonight.
That's the thing with Clay, though, bro. He's either hot or he's not. He's either hitting shots or he's breaking everything.
But he's going 6 for 18. He still got 15. I feel like 15 is his bare minimum.
I mean, we'd hope so, yeah.
And then Curry for 4 assists is minus 410. I'd throw that in too. Get a nice little buck on a late game tonight.
The Kings money line scares me, but other than that, I like it.
I don't know. I could see it.
State.
The Kings were the Warriors' kryptonite last season.
They were, but this is a new season. I'm really big on Kuminga tonight, man. I think Kuminga goes for honestly, my bold take of the night, Kuminga 20+ points, bro. I think he could have a game.
I guarantee that makes a nice little profit.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's my bold take. We're gonna come back and revisit this little part of it if he goes for 20 tonight. That's all I'm saying.
Had to get all the tips in. Should we touch in on the Dwight Howard situation?
Oh my good God, bro! Don't even get me started. I lost all sort of respect or anything towards this man. I don't even know what to say, bro. I really don't. I hate saying this. I hate saying this on live because it sounds horrible. But this dude really just flat out admitted to having intercourse with a man.
Yeah, he admitted to being homosexual. But even
worse. Now keep in mind, there's nothing wrong with that. I do want to say that before you.
Yes, but look, what's even worse, regardless, is not that he's like, oh, I'm a gay man, because again, that's fine. It's the problem is that he may have done with this, being accused with this guy, and the other thing of having a man dressed as a woman that went by the name of Kitty, and that part wasn't even denied either. He just said, no, this was all consensual between the three of us. Let's drop these charges. So we shall see how it unfolds, but this whole situation is beyond.
And I don't want this to sound bad because there's really nothing wrong with being, a homosexual. But I think what really created all the backlash was the way this all played out. If Dwight Howard would have came out and just been like, hey, I'm bisexual or, I like men, if he would have just came out and told everybody okay, cool, you're going to get some backlash because you're, an NBA player that's coming out of the closet. But at the same time, people are going to respect you for that. But the community finding out because a man is suing you for basically raping him is what brings the backlash.
Sexual assault.
Being gay is one thing, but raping a man, come on, Dwight. Listen, I know he's not,
horrific situation.
Dwight Howard's name carries a lot of clout a lot of credit, I guess is the way to put it, just because of who he's been in the NBA. So, like, to come out and hit us with something like this out of nowhere, bro, like, I thought, listen, bro, I saw it on Instagram and it was on one of them, like, random posts. I think I sent you the screenshot. And I was like, nah. I was like, bro, ain't no way this is real. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, nah, this got to be a made-up story. But I was like, let me double-check. Literally looked up Dwight Howard on Google, and that was it. All I seen, bro, was like, Dwight Howard allegedly assaulted a man. Like, it was just all over the place, bro. Like,
and then no denying. He's just like, no, it wasn't sexual assault. It was
yeah,
consensual
like,
between all three of
like
us men.
that's what gets me. Like, is there
Well,
something that, like, is being hidden from us? Like, does this guy have, like video or, like, photo proof or something of this? Because, like, I feel like you would deny it. Like, why would you, like, just admit to doing this? Like, if you wanted to keep, like, your name and your reputation, like, you would be like, nah, man, what is this dude talking about? Like, wow, like, I don't like men. Like, and he just flat out, like, admitted to it. Like, I feel like
just be like, yeah,
there's more to the story than what we've been told. Because it's just a weird situation.
worse jail stint, Loki, and trying to pay out
I don't know how I feel about it.
stuff in there.
Best of luck to Dwight, I guess. You know, if you do like men, congratulations. But don't be out here raping people, bro. Like,
She won.
oh man.
In Taiwan. Dwight.
Hey, listen, Dwight Howard in Taiwan is, you know, current day Luka Doncic. So that man was putting up triple doubles, 80 points, 15 threes. Like, I didn't even know Dwight shot beyond the free throw line, let alone threes. Your audio is messing up. Like, I can't even.
I think the headphones are going
I think mine
low.
probably are too. Phone's getting a little low as well. Can you hear me? You good?
How about now?
Are we good? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, you froze for a second, so.
I just had to take the AirPods out. They were getting low on battery.
No. Yeah. Well, your connection's a little.
Didn't have them pre-charged over here. Slacking.
I think mine will be good for a little bit longer. Oh, man. But we'll say happy Halloween weekend to everyone out there. I know a lot of people would probably have some
Yes,
festivities
sir.
going on tonight.
Some partying.
But
Trick-or-treating this weekend.
with us being the sports guys, we can't let you forget there's a lot of things happening this weekend.
A lot of in the sports
College
world.
Football.
Yeah, MLB coming around at 8 o'clock tonight. The World Series games, NBA games from here in like an hour or so to the next 3 tonight.
We got football this weekend. We got, like you said, baseball, college football. We're right in the swing of the best time in sports.
NBA's back. We got it all. So, yeah, this is the best
Absolutely.
time.
Right in the World Series for baseball fans. Couldn't ask for a better spot to be in for a sports fan right now.
Especially if you're in the sports betting world.
I don't like to. I like to encourage it, but I don't at the same time. It's a love-hate, like I've said multiple times. You win some, you lose some, but most of the time you lose some. So
Yeah, you're on there like, that one's tough. What's on the slate for tomorrow,
missed 3
baby?
parlays by one leg last night. 3 of them by one leg. I don't get it, bro. Literally, they had everything perfect except for Mike Evans and Joel Embiid, who wanted to get 24-7 instead of 25-8. So
He's soft.
how do I miss it by 1 point and 1 rebound, bro? Like, make it make sense.
Because Vegas saw your bets alone. They're like, nah, dog. Cut them off. Get them off the court right now, bro.
24-7, no more, no less. Like, come on, bro.
Travis like 1 point away from making 2K profit. You better tell this man to tear an ACL right now,
This is
bro.
the first game of the season. This win ain't that important for y'all. Hey, Dame, though, speaking of that Bucks Sixers game, Damian Lillard, 40 points in his Bucks debut.
I can't do the.
I don't know how realistic Giannis was being, because I don't know if I believe him, but he did say this is Damian Lillard's team instead of his own team. So
That's a bold take. He is a humble human being, so it could just be, you know what I'm saying? That's my point guard talk, but I want a chip. There ain't no way I'm going to be the guy that's like, it's my dog's team. I want a chip here.
He's a former MVP, former Finals MVP, DPOY, point scoring leader.
And at this point, you could look at Dame and be like, well, you got, not to take away from who Dame is, but accolade-wise.
And Dame went for what? 72, 71 last season, something like that? That's all I'm saying.
He's gonna break the scoring record. You have 100.
Boy got a clip on him. Hey, he did hit a clutch 3 last night to basically seal the game for old Milwaukee. It feels so weird saying that. Then
It feels so weird seeing him in the Milwaukee uniform.
Hit a game-winning 3 for the Milwaukee Bucks. Like, that just doesn't flow right. Like, I don't know.
Damian Lillard and the Milwaukee Bucks advanced.
It's cool to see, like Dame and Giannis. That's a dope duo, but like, I don't know. It was funny to see last night though. Like when Dame, I watched the clip where Dame hit the dagger 3. There was like right around like a minute left, and it put him up by 4 or something like that. But he did his little, his little Dame size up and like sidestepped, hit a 3 like he did on Paul George. Wasn't as deep, but like stepped back and hit it, bro. And like it was so funny because Giannis turned around and like his eyes just got real big, and he was like, I've never had somebody that could do this. Like,
yeah, Giannis is just a child in a candy store or somebody out there.
Like Drew Holiday wasn't doing that. Like,
no, the only person that can even hit deep is Chris Middleton. I mean, you ain't hit nobody with a size up and step back.
And now you got the second best shooter in all of basketball. It's crazy how the NBA world is.
Absolutely.
Oh, man.
What a slate.
What a slate is right. Oh, man.
As you said, mix of all sports. A great time of the year.
Great time to get your money taken from you from FanDuel.
Absolutely. Don't get too headstrong on thinking you know who everybody is or who the better team is because we're 2 games in. Let the rosters play out. See how things settle. Then make some bets.
Or you can just be like us and just bet anyway.
Exactly. Or you could just say, through us, go throw 15 more into FanDuel and add all the parlays we just mentioned tonight.
Listen, we cooked up some bangers. That's all I'm saying.
Throw in that Kings game and a Kuminga for 20.
I'm telling you, bro. Cool.
I'm about to go throw a single Kuminga in for 20 legs just so we can run it back.
Bro. He was averaging 25 a game in the preseason, bro. Like, don't sleep on him. No Draymond, bro. He'll play. He'll start. He'll get starting minutes. I think this could be a breakout season for old Kuminga. Draymond's on the last year of his deal. All I'm saying.
Something to prove for old Cumbuggy.
Okay, pause. Can't say that on live.
That's his nickname.
Kuminga, buddy. It all works the same. Oh, man. But this has been, it's been a good little catch-up for us.
Another Friday night recap But as you said, it is our Halloween weekend. People got festivities to get back into, so we don't want to hold everybody up too
Including
long.
myself, I'm gonna prepare to get ready.
Woohoo! Get your social battery
I
refilled.
don't want to. Don't want to, but here we are. Oh man, well,
It's a great Friday recap
absolutely.
here. The Travis and Jon Show.
Hoping, by next week we got a little bit more of a professional setup going and take this week to
More of
kind of
a
figure things out.
interactive and information-filled setup for the fans
We're
to
in the
view.
process of a big change for the Travis and Jon Show, so getting, everything how we want it's going to take a little bit of time, but we're in the process.
On to nothing but bigger and better,
Absolutely, way
baby.
better off than we were before. I will say that. So,
Absolutely.
oh,
But again, thanks everybody for tuning in.
absolutely,
Our recap of the whole show will be on
absolutely.
YouTube.
And I know this one was a little bit of a different setup than normal, but like I say, we'll be working for more of a better setup next week and bringing you guys obviously better entertainment every single week. So we appreciate you guys tuning in as you always do. It's been another little, like you said, Friday night recap with the Travis and Jon Show. Good luck to everybody this weekend. Have fun for Halloween and, don't do anything crazy.
Absolutely. Happy Halloween to everybody and a good night.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Travis, of course, for joining in for our little talk.
As always.
We'll chit-chat here off the phone here in a second, and we'll go ahead and end our live for tonight. And thank everybody for tuning in. As always,
it's been the Travis and Jon Show, live on Facebook.
On Facebook Live.